My husband died a month ago, and now the woman who used to call him her plan B is throwing a fake memorial, blocking me from it, and telling people he planned to leave me. My husband Jonah died unexpectedly from a stroke a month ago. We were married for 5 years, together for 7. We'd been trying for a baby for the past 2 years, and were just starting to consider IVF when he passed. Jonah had a close friend from high school named Marjorie. They went to the same college and stayed friends, but he never saw her as anything more than that. She used to joke about wanting him to be her plan B if she wasn't married by 30. Even after we started dating, she'd visit constantly and say things like, "You ruined our marriage pact, haha." Over the years, Jonah distanced himself from her. He told me he'd outgrown her and they had nothing in common anymore, but she'd guilt trip him with texts saying she was so sad he was ignoring her. After he died, I had him cremated like he wanted. I planned a memorial service for this weekend to give out-of-state family time to make travel arrangements. 2 weeks ago, I got an email from Marjorie sent to 60 people, including Jonah's entire family. She was holding a memorial service in their hometown the day before mine. The email said she was planning it because no other service had been held yet, and he deserved to be laid to rest with honor. She knew about my memorial. She was literally invited to it. I called her and said while I appreciated her help, I was already planning a service with both our families. She got defensive immediately, said she only started planning when she realized I wasn't willing to do it in a timely manner. I told her the timing wasn't her choice to make. If she wanted a memorial, please just mention his official one was this weekend. She said fine. I sent a message to everyone, making sure they knew the real service was here. Then I tried to forget about it. This week, Jonah's cousin messaged me saying Marjorie blocked me on Facebook and created an event for Jonah's official memorial service, her memorial, and invited everyone she could find. I got flooded with emails asking which day the memorial was and where. People thought her service was the real one. I called her again asking her to clarify which was the official memorial. She told me Jonah would have wanted it this way. If I couldn't appreciate her efforts, I wasn't invited to say goodbye to him. I told her that was fine since I already said goodbye when I held him as he died. She hung up. Then she started spreading lies. Told people Jonah was planning to leave me because I couldn't conceive. Said we'd asked her to be a surrogate for us. All completely false. His cousin sent me a screenshot where she said Jonah always thought we would have the cutest baby together. An angry widow doesn't understand how much he wants children. I called the chapel where she was planning her service. Spoke with the pastor who said he'd been trying to reach me. Turns out both Jonah and Marjorie grew up in that church. She told the pastor that Jonah and I were separated and I didn't want to be involved. He'd been trying to verify with me, but my voicemail was flooded. He was very apologetic and said Marjorie would no longer have a role in the service. He called her and told her she was no longer welcome to organize anything after her behavior. She was apparently distraught. He recommended mental health services. She apologized for lying and asked to speak with me, but I declined. We had 2 beautiful services for Jonah, one at his hometown church and the non-religious one I planned. Everyone came to honor him and that's what mattered. Marjorie showed up to the first service. The pastor spoke with her privately and told her presence would be inappropriate. She left without causing a scene. I thought it was over. 4 months later, she's still posting on Facebook photos of herself with Jonah from years ago saying, "I still miss my man every day. Can't wait until Jonah's baby arrives." She's claiming to be pregnant with my husband's child. She photoshopped his face onto shirtless male bodies posing with her. People are commenting, "Congratulations. We know you'll be a great mother." Marjorie's brother, who also knew Jonah, commented on one post, "WTF. Marjorie, I talked to Jonah 2 weeks before he died and he said he was trying for a baby with his wife. You guys were just friends. This is messed up." She deleted the post hours later. My cousin called her asking to remove the photos. She said angry widow can go to hell. She just doesn't want to accept that Jonah wanted a baby with me more. Then her brother called me, said Marjorie's not actually pregnant but seems to truly believe she is. She claims she's 5 months along but is completely flat. He asked when they conceived. She gave a date we were on vacation together. Last week at 3 a.m. Marjorie showed up at my house screaming for me to come outside. Said I ruined her relationship with Jonah and how happy they were before me. I called the police and her brother. When police arrived, she pushed the officer and was immediately arrested. She screamed about them hurting her baby by keeping her in the car. Her brother just apologized to me repeatedly. Turns out she's struggling with a mental disorder and hasn't taken her meds in 2 years. She's now under psychiatric evaluation. Her brother posted on social media making it clear absolutely none of what she said about Jonah is true. I'm not pressing charges. I just want this nightmare to end. I'm looking for jobs out of state. I need a fresh start away from all of this.